60 tests. Okay. It's not too bad acceleration really, considering this is an estate car. Brakes are rubbish. I say that because there's no real synchronization of the calipers working in harmony there at all. It feels like they're either on or they're off, and it kind of felt a bit like a primitive braking system, to be fair. None of that smooth, perfectly synchronized, non-grabbing braking you get from a more expensive car like a BMW. Now, steering's quite solid on this car. It's not agile or jittery at all, and I must admit the steering is quite responsive. There is a bit of lag there, but the car has done 50,000 miles, so you can have some wear on the bushes and the box. If I was to give it a bit of a wiggle, you know, the car doesn't boat around that much, so I'm quite impressed with that actually. A lot of cars are quite frightening the way they sort of meander and roll all over the place. I do feel that I could control this car if it went into a skid or I had to do an emergency swerve. A lot of cars I feel would counter-effect that and cause more trouble than good. Now the the side mirrors, very narrow, in fact too narrow. They need to be wider, but they're in a good position and the length is alright, they're just too narrow. Rear view vision, slightly obstructed by the headrest, but not to a degree that it's going to be an issue. Center console, the digits on the speedo and the rev counter, to be honest, they don't stand out, they're quite difficult to read, and the instrument cluster is obstructed by the steering wheel. Now, I can obviously adjust the steering wheel, but the whole idea of adjusting the steering wheel, from what I understood, was to get the right driving position, not to be able to see the bloody dials. So that's a bit of a flunk. Center console, very easy, very basic. There's no problem adjusting the heating or fiddling around with all this. You can do that without taking your eyes off the road, so that's a good sign. The interior of the car is very bland. It's made out of very cheap, nasty plastic. The seating upholstery looks like office furniture. But to be fair, this is a budget car. It's no luxury item, and it does what it says on the tin. Now that reason alone is why Ford Fiestas, Focus, etc. have been around for so long. You know, you get what you pay for. It's a tin of baked beans really. It's nothing special. Cornering, very heavy on the front. Being a front wheel drive, it's going to be nasty in the rain. But I'm going to give these brakes a bit more of a test, because that's what's really important with this car. Now I'm not going to do an emergency brake, but I'm going to apply the brakes heavily, get an accurate feel of what they're like. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, very, very solid. I can't really apply gradual pressure, so I don't like the brakes. Thinking about buying one of these, they're obviously going to be second hand. What I would suggest you do is look at your brakes, look at the steering. If you've got too much play in the steering, could be an expensive box change. And also give it the wiggle test, give you an idea what the anti-roll bar links and bushes are like. But all in all, anybody who's going to buy this car knows what to expect really at the end of the day. The mirrors are too small, that can be changed. These cars are what they are. Wouldn't expect too much, but you know, I think if you hunt around you're going to get one for money, good money.